What is going on, everyone? It's Super here and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. Now today I have another top 5 for you guys, and I know I just did a top 5 yesterday of my top 5 supers in Injustice 2. By the way, it's going to be linked in the description if you guys missed it, but I got a really good idea from one of my Twitter followers named Alejandro. By the way, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, all my information is going to be linked in the description. I interact with, anyone who tweets me pretty much. It's a fun time over there. But I got this really good idea about doing a top 5 best designs in Injustice 2, in my opinion, of course. You guys could share your opinion down in the comments section. So I wanted to make this video today of my top 5 best character designs in Injustice 2. So I'm not only taking into consideration the way a character looks, but I'm also taking into consideration the way they move, the way they're animated, how much detail is put into the specific character, their moves, their super moves, and pretty much just all around their character designs. So it's not only going to be based on looks. So I definitely want to give a honorable mention to Bane, because I've said it before, I think Bane has the best redesign in Injustice 2, just because the top half of his body looks so fucking cool. And I really like Bane's design. But as far as taking the whole package, he didn't make my list. But here we go. Before I do that, as always, if you guys do enjoy my Injustice content, make sure you guys leave a like rating on the video. It's always appreciated. So these are going to be in no particular order. It's not going to be like the top 5 countdown for the supers, my top 5 best supers. This is just going to be 5 characters in no particular order. It's just the way I named them here on my list that I'm looking in front of me right now. So the first character on my list is Atrocitus. Now, Atrocitus was one of the first characters that was shown in the first 6 characters for Injustice 2 when the game was showcased at E3. It was Atrocitus, Supergirl, Batman, Superman, it was Gorilla Grodd, and Aquaman. And by far, Atrocitus made the biggest impression on everyone based on the way he looks. And here's this big-ass character who's filled with rage and anger, with this, cat on his shoulder who is incredibly strong as well, part of the Red Lantern Corps. And the fact that they were able to, make a really good representation of this awesome character named Atrocitus with Dexstar, his, sidekick cat, is really cool, because they incorporated Dexstar perfectly. Dexstar, in my opinion, is definitely one of the best traits in the game. He is, when Atrocitus brings out Dexstar, it makes Atrocitus one of the absolute best characters in the game, and the game isn't even out yet. I don't know what these other characters are gonna do, like every single character, but it doesn't matter. When Atrocitus brings Dexstar out, Dexstar makes Atrocitus one of the top characters in the game, because Dexstar has so many different cool abilities. He could put a force field in front of Atrocitus that will make projectiles pretty much hit the force field and have Atrocitus still be able to move. He has a command grab style move. He has little projectiles that he could shoot, a maximum of 6. They could make Atrocitus extend combos. Just the way Dexstar interacts with Atrocitus is just really, really cool. So those two combined definitely make one of the best designs in the game. And of course, just Atrocitus by himself has a lot of really cool moves. He has the blood drain, the blood push, the blood puddle, the air punch walk. He has a lot of really cool looking animated moves. So definitely Atrocitus, along with Dexstar, is definitely one of my top 5 designs in Injustice 2. Moving on, here we have Swamp Thing. Now this is another big character, but this one is pretty much the quintessential Swamp Thing. They captured him perfectly. He uses the power of the green, meaning he could control, manipulate, create anything that's created from the earth. So the fact that he turns his arm into a log, a tree log, and just hits you with it. He creates a garden under his feet that follow him around, as he steps forward, and you can't jump out of it. You could only walk back and forth. You can't backdash, you can't forward dash. The fact that his limbs stretch out, his vine or he creates vines that stretch out all the way to the opponents. He makes giant fists. He makes just so many different awesome looking animations that they gave Swamp Thing. And of course his super is really cool because he stretches out his limbs to go underneath the ground, make them appear on the other side of the stage or wherever your opponent is at from under their feet. And then he takes you underground and just with 2 giant fists beats the crap out of you. And it's just so cool. Like Swamp Thing, as soon as I saw the way his gameplay looked, I was incredibly impressed at what the guys who animated Swamp Thing and the team over at NetherRealm did with him, because he is very, very visually impressive. And whenever he makes a clone of himself and integrates it in a combo, yeah, the guys over at NetherRealm did a fantastic job with Swamp Thing. Definitely one of the top 5 designs in the game. Moving on here to Poison Ivy. Now, Poison Ivy, in my opinion, is the best looking female character in Injustice 2. And I might be biased because I'm a huge Poison Ivy fan, but I think her costume looks great, and the little moves that we've seen from her so far look really cool. And I can't really go into it too much because, like I mentioned, we haven't gotten a full gameplay reveal where we see a lot of her moves, but I could definitely say that she is the best designed or best looking female character in Injustice 2. And I think they capture her really well. Like, you see her being like really sensual and sexy in the in her intros and in the Here Comes the Girl trailer, because that's who Poison Ivy is. She's always been that way in the comics, in the animated series. She's always been that, sexy female character that could absolutely kick your ass and kill you with, with one kiss. So I think she looks amazing. I just wanted to throw her in here. I can't go too much into detail with her because, like I mentioned, we haven't seen Poison Ivy gameplay, but she's definitely the best looking female character in my opinion. Moving on here to number 4, and we have Dr. Fate. Now, Dr. Fate looks like Dr. Fate, right? From the comics, I think they did Dr. Fate justice the way he looks. He looks exactly like the way he looks in the comics, as he should. And what really impressed me about Dr. Fate is the way they incorporated his magic. He pretty much doesn't touch you. Whenever he fights you, it doesn't matter if he's up close doing a combo to you. He uses his magic for everything. And not only that, but I really liked the visual look of his magic. His magic is represented by multicolors, purple, you have yellow in there, you have blue, you have green. It just makes it look visually pleasing. And I think Dr. Fate, the way he his forward dash isn't even a forward dash, it's sort of like a teleport forward, and the way he's floating around makes him look really, really intimidating, as he should be. He's one of the strongest characters in the DC universe. He should be incredibly strong and just very, very intimidating. And like I mentioned, just the fact that he doesn't touch you, his magic looks amazing. Visually, he looks really, really cool. I think Dr. Fate is definitely one of the top designs in Injustice 2. And to be quite honest with you guys, he was my number 1 best designed character in Injustice 2 before this next character, which number 5 is the Flash. And I know the Flash is coming back from the first Injustice game. He's a legacy character. But I really do think they put so much work and so much creativity in the Flash, even though he sort of has the same moves that he has in the first Injustice game. The two characters aren't even comparable on their design and their animation, the way they look, because they are two separate characters. So much work was put into little details that you could, definitely notice from watching gameplay from the Flash. It's so amazing what they were able to do with a character that's coming back, that's a legacy character. Yet, in my opinion, they were able to make the Flash the most impressive character in the game as far as visuals. The most visually impressive character in Injustice 2, in my opinion, goes to the Flash, and I think he is the best. He has the best design out of any character in the game. Keep in mind, I'm taking everything into consideration. Of course, the incredible super move, by far the best super move in probably all of Injustice history, going back to Injustice 1. The best super move. His moves, the way he moves and the way they capture his speed and, you know, the Flash's powers, the way he animates, his new costume. I thought he was going to look a little goofy from the pictures when I first saw him. He looks great. His attitude, of course, everything about the Flash is really, really well done. And like I mentioned, it leaves the Flash as my #1 best designed character in Injustice 2. So that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section who are your top 5 best looking or best designed characters in Injustice 2. They're all amazing in their own right. I think the guys over at NetherRealm, the entire team, did an amazing job on all these characters. And of course, May 16th can't come any sooner. I can't wait. So that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on, guys? It's Super here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys subscribe or check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.